Gotta go to Dooms, gotta go to Dooms, gotta go to Dooms, gotta go to Dooms. So I looked at the level name and they spelled interdimensional correctly there, so I don't know what the big deal is. Or maybe the wiki spelled it correctly and it was a typo in the actual game files or something. It might be just referring to the... I don't know what it's referring to. This is a heck of a lot better than Lost Episodes of Doom, though, I tell you what. I tell you, son! Oh boy, another backpack to start my day. And a super shotgun. Guess who's around? None of you here. Going this way, up into my ear. Gotta do it. I was just looking at the level map, and, yeah. Okay. Not too shabby, man. I don't know why it took a little longer than I thought I would have liked, but I'm going to assume that because there's a bunch of enemies packed together, and just leave it at that. Or, it's because I'm taking the time to snipe the window in the absolute safest, cautious way possible. See what I mean? Because there'll just be enemies on, like, the other side of the wall, and you think there's nothing there, and there's not, and it's just... That's the key to the placement in this game, is to just... put in every possible place, have them blind and deaf to you until the moment you're directly in front of them, and they have no choice but to witness your presence. Picking up this box, we want to shoot it, we want to put it in your face. That's what I want to say. More wooden temples, legends of the hidden temple of the ancients. That's what I would have said to myself. And yes, the third part of the game will once again have something to do with going to hell. Although, something I didn't realize while playing Doom 2 stuff was that, the three segments of Doom are considered to be the 3 episodes of Doom, so to speak. But I always put together just one whole set. You know. I think that's just because that was one of the earliest DOS box copies of a DOS game, like before Ultimate Doom. And, you know, they were just like, okay, if they could just buy the game, we don't need to have these episode differentiators anymore, right? But then you think to yourself, oh, it's a Doom 2 demo, but it's like, if you've played Doom 1, that was your Doom 2 demo, basically. Yeah. I do wonder how Doom 2 is just more of the same as Doom 1. I mean, which is not bad, you know, but it does leave me wondering. You know, I feel the same about Super Mario Bros. 2, except that really was more like Super Mario Bros. 1. I'm talking the Japanese version, of course, which I consider to actually be Super Mario Bros. 2. And, well, I can see why they decided not, yeah. So, it wasn't that it was too hard. You know, because we've had hard games in America in the '80s, so I'm almost thinking it's because they didn't want a game so similar to the first one, not so much its difficulty. I still laugh about the Lost Levels level design though, like all the time. Like, how do you do it? Oh, very carefully, my friend. Well, that was a pleasant paint elemental spot. Just shove him in an alcove or a closet. He won't harm nothing. Chain gunners are warned. That's what they say. And then I have to hope this wall goes down. Reagan told me about this. I don't know. Is he even alive? Hey, old presidents, you alive? Are there ghosts of presidents in the White House? Like the ghost of Lincoln? Lincoln's the best president, in my opinion. That's not like a difficult... That's not really an unpopular opinion, though. At least I don't think it is. So, Lincoln for the win? I guess. Your mileage may vary because these people aren't meant to be put on pedestals. They're just doing the best, or at least they're supposed to be doing the best. Don't look at me like that. That's the power of choice, to subvert choice itself, or being forced to make the right choice. Just an FYI, if you ever think something is the fault of say, an objective thing, Don't try to personify objective things. That's my advice to you. And don't objectify persons, so it works both ways. Or it's not supposed to work in any way, which would imply both ways. Unless you're into that. Not those kind of ways. The good old ways, as opposed to what, the bad new ways? It's like, no, the good new days, right? Why do we say good old days, as opposed to just like, those were the days, or old days? No, we have to say good old days. Good old games. Think GOG, I guess. How's GOG Galaxy, by the way? Are they actually more like Steam yet? Do they have, like, a weird achievement system with cards? I'm just wondering. I do look out for, like, free games available on GOG and Steam. Not Epic, but that's actually... Besides my misgivings with Epic, the real reason has to do with me running Linux. So, if Epic will support Linux, then, well, that'd probably be the only thing to take away from that. Although, now that I'm mentioning that, maybe I should take a look, but I don't know. Someone will have to decide for me. It's like, what game should I get on Epic? I don't know. I don't know. Wait a minute. Is that arena-like or deathmatch-ish? It's one of those things, isn't it? Also, what's the deal with playing with, like, early Doom death matches and being like, yeah, we also have the monsters while we're trying to, like, kill each other to the death? Like, they're just a background obstacle that I don't think is supposed to be there. I'm glad we decided not to have them there after the fact, because it's just like, wait, why are you putting single-player enemies in multiplayer, like, competitions that aren't co-op, you know? Also, what does this mean? It must mean something! I don't know, but this fucker is over there. Just on cue. This time he's got his own throne room. He's king of assholes. Arch-violent away, save hundreds of dollars on your life insurance. Heal me with fire, baby! That's a good BFG spot. Just shoot directly into the chair. Man, I wish I... This compose is good. I wish I knew what this was supposed to remind me of, but it's good. It certainly feels grungy, perhaps? Yeah. Should run these through sound fonts or something. But again, like, to get a MIDI to sound the way you want on the sound font, it takes a lot of experimentation, and perhaps could be considered a music thing in itself. But you won't catch me doing it too much, except for SoundCloud experiments, which I've done. I wish I knew what to do with some of my old accounts that I no longer have, not only no longer have the password to, but no longer have the email to, because I have gone through dozens of emails in my day. It's true. Nowadays, it's about a handful. Not including burner ones. What do I mean by burner emails? It's like a burner phone. It's just, you just use it to, you basically use it to sign up a newsletter to make sure they're not bullshitting you in terms of, we won't share your information with third parties. And then you get spam from God fuck knows where, and then you're like, well, I guess you're not going on my main account. Goodbye. Stuff like that. It's another way to catch potential spam, so to speak. Or it's to test logins, because, you know, certain things which I don't know what they are until I log in is actually super annoying, because all you have to go by is like, this place is great, but you have to log in to see what it even is. I'm just like, what is it? Like, I understand gay communities, but do people at least know what they're even getting into without someone in the said gates? I guess that's the trick, but, like, there's always someone slipping through those cracks. We're having another one of those teleporter parties, and guess what? It's another Archvile. It's the brother of the Archvile I just killed. He's gonna take the throne. He's next in line to die. Okay. I mean, you want to stack more imps together? Be my guest. You want to teleport them in? Also be my guest. I'm still not a fan of monsters teleporting in this way, because that always usually means that there's some area somewhere off on the map, way off on the map, with like a box of monsters waiting to come in, And they're just not getting to the teleporter in time, and so you have these few stragglers that don't come by until minutes later, and they're just like, I'm not going to wait for you. I'm going to beat the level. That's what ends up happening. There's definitely a lot of that was happening in TNT Evolution for sure. Especially the crate level, which was a great level, but it was a crate level. A crate maze, if you will. The Great Crate Escape, I should have named that. I probably did. But yeah, it is funny to put titles to these videos. It's the only ounce of individuality this channel has left besides my voice. Anyway, big door closing. Going to the exit. How are you doing, my saved game friends? Are we doing the friendly friend things? It's looking more hellish as you go. It's almost as if you're going to hell. You spelled console with an M. Consoles. Alright, now I'm starting to think there's just... maybe someone was writing too excitedly, and that's why there's all these typos, because... yeah. Oh well. 103% kills, because once again, I killed extra things revived by the Archvile. It's either extra things from Archvile or extra skulls by the Pain Elemental. You know how it goes. When they say give it your 110%, you tell them how it might even be physically possible.